is so insane.
I got married to a Funko Pop. Whoa. We got wedded, conjoined in a Subway shop. Whoa. I'm married to my Funko Pop. Whoa. We got joined, coitus in a Subway shop. Whoa. Vitamins and biscuits and minerals, they come to me through a tube. My whole life is spent watching on a tube. Whoa-oh. Whoa-oh-oh-oh. Whoa. I'm married to a Funko Pop. Whoa. We got wedded, we got joined in a Subway shop. Whoa. Vitamins and minerals, they come to me through a tube. Vitamins and minerals, they come from me through this here tube.
TikTok is usually the most feral, the worst quality. So we got Christo.
Hello, Jay. God bless.
What's on your mind?
Why do you think that PPC is false?
Well, I think there's a lot of reasons, but you could look at the contradictions between pre- and post-Vatican II teaching, or the comparison of Vatican I, what it claims for the papacy, and what Francis is doing. Francis is, I think, a manifest heretic and an apostate, so that doesn't.
What if someone like is ascetic?
That doesn't jibe with Vatican I's claims about the papacy. What'd you say?
What if someone is ascetic, does not accept Vatican II? Is the papacy true then?
Ascetic or sedevacantist?
So sedevacantist, sorry.
Well, the problem with sedevacantism is that even if you try to go that route, you're denying, again, multiple dogmas. Particularly Vatican I says that there will be living successors until the end of time.
All right, damn.
Are you Roman Catholic?
Yes.
Are you sedevacantist?
No, I'm Roman Catholic. Except Vatican II.
You said, but what about a sedevacantist? So I thought maybe you were.
No, just asking.
I see. So you think Muslims
Yes.
and Christians worship the same God?
Isn't it like according to natural theology say that?
Well, whether it's according to natural theology or not, is it true?
Like, isn't that what Paul say in Acts 17?
So if that's the case, then do you think Basil thought Eunomius believed in the same God as the Catholics?
I mean, like, isn't multiple church father believe in natural theology?
Well, define natural theology, because I don't know what you think it means. So if it means that we all worship the same God, then does a Satanist worship the same God if they believe in one God?
The Satanists are agnostic. They do not
No, a
believe in
theistic
believing
Satanist. A theistic Satanist believes in one God, that namely is that it's Satan.
Satanists believe in God? I thought Satanists
Theistic Satanists believe in Satan as a real entity.
If they think that he's the creator, I think, under natural theology.
Right. So that's the
believe in the same
absurdity.
God.
Right. That's the absurdity of natural theology. So if you could believe in Satan, but we all believe in one God. Do you know what the quantifier shift fallacy is?
No, not really.
So the reason that natural theology is false is that the fact that everybody believes in one God it doesn't follow from that it's the same God, in the same way that we all have one mother, therefore we all come from the same mother. That's a fallacy.
Interesting. Well, so, like, what is your interpretation to Acts 17 then?
I think Paul is saying that they don't know God. So the one that they don't know is the true God. I mean, he calls him the unknown God. Therefore, the one that you do not know, him I proclaim to you.
What about Romans 2?
What about Romans 2?
Like saying, like, those who without the law, like, they do not know God, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without having the Torah, okay, they have the law in their heart.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
Like,
That doesn't mean you're saved in other. But that doesn't mean you're saved in other religions. It just means that God's going to have a different standard for how He judges people at Judgment Day.
No, I don't think we believe that they are saved in any way, shape,
No,
or form.
Vatican II says that you can be saved in those religions.
No, like Catechism 846 literally say there is no salvation outside Christ.
Yeah, but it's saying that you can
it.
be saved in those religions. That Jesus uses those religions as means of salvation. That's what Nostra Aetate says.
I mean, like, if someone ignorant about, like, never catch a Bible in his life, right? Let's say he's in Alaska. Do you think he will go to hell?
It doesn't matter if within Roman Catholicism it's a contradiction to previous Roman Catholic teaching. Roman Catholic teaching at Cantate Domino, the Council of Florence, says that even if you're martyred outside of communion with the papacy, you go to hell. So that contradicts Vatican II's teaching that you can be saved even if it's by Jesus in false religions.
Wait, what? Last thing you said, like, even if you're a martyr outside the papacy, you're not saved?
That's what Cantate Domino says from the Council of Florence, the dogmatic teaching of the Roman Catholic Council of Florence.
But isn't like that? I mean, outside the church teaching, not like the Pope itself, right?
It's saying that even if you die for the name of Christ outside of communion with the Roman Church, you can't be saved. That's the teaching of Cantate Domino at the Council of Florence. So by that would obviously mean that you couldn't be saved in a false religion.
Okay, that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Well, another way to look at this too is: do you think Mormons believe in the same God as we do, as you do?
If they believe it's the creator, why not?
Well, I'm making the point that they believe in Jesus, they believe in the Father, and they believe in the Holy Spirit. But do you think it's the same God as us? I mean, it's even closer in terms of the words than a Muslim, right?
I mean, like, they believe in the creator. That's what I mean. Like, they do not believe in the same as, like, what the Revelation declare.
You're missing the point. I'm saying that according to the terminology that's used, Mormons are closer to us than Muslims are, because they believe in Father, Son, Holy Spirit, right?
Yeah, but like they are something like Jehovah's Witness, right?
No, they're tritheists. They think that God the Father was a man that had a body, and then he became God.
Then he got crucified, and he ascended.
So my point is that my point is that it's not whether they use the same terms as us, like monotheism or one God. It's what the terms mean that's the key.
Yeah. So there's no way, like, to justify that we believe in the same God.
Well, you just by the very fact of admitting that if we admit that the quantifier shift fallacy is a fallacy, then no, they don't believe in the same God, because it's not the same referent or meaning. It's just the same words.
So there's many God, and yeah, that's what Paul say. There's many God, but to us there is one God. Yeah, in Corinthians 8:6. I don't know.
Are you not listening to anything you don't hear anything that we just said?
Yeah. I get your point. I'm gonna make a study, but I thought, like, we can justify it under natural theology. Thank you, Jay, for having me.
Yeah, great questions. I appreciate that.
Habibi.
Uh-huh. All right, so if you look at Cantate Domino, as I said, from the Council of Florence, it reads, the Roman Catholic Church firmly believes, professes, and proclaims that those that do not live within the Catholic Church, not only pagans, but also Jews and heretics and schismatics, cannot partake of eternal life, but will depart into everlasting flames, prepared for the devil and his angels, unless, by the end of their life, they are added to the flock and the unity of the ecclesiastical body. So it's not just an invisible church. You have to be joined to the visible Roman Catholic institution. It is so strong that only those remaining in it, only to those remaining in it are the sacraments of the church beneficial for salvation, and do fasting, almsgiving, and other functions of piety, and exercise of Christian service to produce the eternal reward, and that no one, whatever alms he is given, even if he shed his blood for the name of Christ, so even if you're a martyr, can be saved unless you remain in the Roman Catholic Church. So there is no salvation outside the Roman Church. According to Cantate Domino, that was very strict at that time. And as we get up to the time of Vatican II, this is obviously qualified to now in Nostra Aetate basically be all religions are means of salvation. So in other words, you can even be a Hindu according to Nostra Aetate. Nostra Aetate says that Hindus seek God in love and in refuge through the ascetic practices of Hinduism. What's up? Clay? Go ahead. Clay, go ahead. Are you there?
Hey, sorry, I was on a call. Sorry about that, Jay.
What's up, man?
What's up? So, what's your view on energy essence distinction? Do you hold any like Thomistic like distinction with it, like minor, real, or formal?
Why would we use Thomistic distinctions when it's a distinction that comes out of the Cappadocians? It's a distinction that comes out of Trinitarian theology a millennium before Aquinas. It's used in the Sixth Council.
Yeah, but I mean, there are like 20th century scholars that would use it, like Florovsky as well, that use some sort of like minor, real distinction. I was just being curious.
I mean, Florovsky can have that opinion, but I don't know why that's relevant to us. Are you an Oriental?
No, I'm Eastern. I'm under Carpatho-Rus, so unfortunately, I'm under Bartholomew.
Yeah, I think the main way to understand this, rather than trying to utilize later scholastic terms, is to think about in terms of participation, because the whole debate, when Palamas debates people on this, the debate shifts into what we participate in. And so the scholastic distinctions aren't going to be very helpful there, because it has to be in some way some kind of true distinction that allows God's essence to be non-participable, but a real participation in an uncreated reality that is God's glory. So God's glory cannot be identical to his essence. So we basically just have to eschew any kind of identity thesis.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it sounds good. 'Cause I know it's not just obviously conceptual. It would be more of like it's both real and it within the mind, correct?
Yeah, so it's prior to conception, meaning that the reality of the distinction is not based on what's perceived in the mind, but what's perceived in the mind is based on the reality in the thing, if you read Bradshaw.
Okay, yeah. All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, great question. I mean, I think, once you understand the question of participation, and then you can apply the same thing to the Eucharist, what is the type of presence and grace in the Eucharist, at that point it becomes really clear that, well, we know, for example, the two letters of Cyril to Sixcensus, the Eucharist can't be the essence of God. And I think pretty much everybody agrees that. Well, then what is the nature of the grace? What is that grace that's in the Eucharist? If you don't have an essence-energy distinction, there's not a way really to account for it. And the dogmatic Roman Catholic position, according to WUT, is that it's a created accident in the soul. So it's a created thing that is not identical to God. And so if you're really eating and partaking of God, then you're a polytheist if you're a Roman Catholic. Joseph.
What's up, Jay? What's up, bro?
Mm-hmm.
I got a question about because I don't really. Excuse me if it's like a question that's kind of repetitive a lot, but question of the saints found in Scripture, is it all?
You're cutting out. You're cutting out. Can you repeat that?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is it good right now?
Mm-hmm.
So where is the intercession of the saints, like, inside of Scripture? Like,
I just did a video. I just
like,
did a 20-minute video with a debate with a guy covering this. Revelation chapters 5 through 8 explicitly has all of that.
All right, thank you, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that video is, I wish I could remember the name of it. I'll try to find it and repost it. Hugo. If you are watching over here on YouTube, you can support the stream via Super Chats. You can leave me a Super Chat. By the way, I will be live with Kotel here in a little bit, and Kotel and I will be discussing deconstructing Christianity, the trend on TikTok, and we'll be rebutting the more academic approaches.
Hey Jay, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
All right, so I just wanted to ask a couple questions. I just converted to Eastern Orthodoxy. I'm trying to understand the monarchical trinity and the Eastern Orthodox stance on evolution. I was wondering if you can just answer that for me real fast.
Okay, what's the monarchical position or question?
Yeah, so I'm fairly new to the church, so from what I know is the Father the source of like the Trinity?
Yes.
And I also wanted to ask, what do you call it? What books do you recommend for me to become like more educated on the church?
Yeah, I would say read Pomazanski's Orthodox Dogmatics. I would read My Endorsed Byzantine Theology. There's also a section on the monarchy of the Father in there. I would also say go over to BoBranson.com, and Dr. Branson, under the media appearances section, has a series of lectures on the monarchy of the Father.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask that. Thank you so much.
And then what was the other question?
Oh, yeah, the other question was, I don't know if you're familiar with Inspired Philosophy.
Yeah, we've done some streams together.
Yeah. So, I believe his stance on evolution is, like, he believes in neo-Darwinism. I just wanted to get your stance on that.
Right. Yeah, I disagree with that. I think that the Sixth Ecumenical Council teaches that you have to accept that death is a result of the fall. It didn't precede the fall. So I think that would exclude it. I think Romans 8 teaches also that all death, decay, and corruption entered as a result of Adam's sin. And so that would also preclude death before the fall. So those are the two theological reasons. Also, Father Sephiroth Rose's book, I think is back in print now, which is Genesis, Creation, Early Man, is a good critique from the Orthodox perspective.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, good questions. Thank you. I was hoping one of the Roman Catholics was going to come. I don't know if they're going to come or not. Freakouts Samurai, what's up, man?
Hey, Jay, how's it going?
What's on your mind?
I've got some questions in regards to Avgato's The Papacy book that I jotted down. The first one I've got, I was kind of confused in regards to Pope Martin being able to remove 3 of the sees. I think it was Antioch, Alexandria, and maybe, was it Constantinople?
So I'm not. I have that book at my other house. I don't have it on hand, so I don't remember exactly what this is about.
Yeah, actually, luckily I brought it with me to work today. I texted my wife because I was in disbelief that you went live on TikTok because I don't have Twitter.
Oh,
but,
okay.
It was in regards to, in 654, Martin coming to Constantinople. Okay, so all the bishops, 105 in number, employed the same formula in signing. They concurred in the condemnation as judges, as well as the Bishop of Rome, who had the first place.
Are you talking about? Hold on. Are you talking about the Lateran Council? Because this, you're not talking about the Sixth Ecumenical Council, right? Because that's 681.
No, it looks like 649.
Okay, so that would be That would be a local Roman Catholic synod, or a local papal synod.
Okay, and so how is it that he was able to remove the 3 C's? I'm actually looking for him right now, so I don't have to be ambiguous here.
I don't know what you mean by remove. Like, he might have said that You mean like he pronounced them as heterodox or what? I don't remember this section of Gete.
Dang. That's okay. I don't want to waste.
I mean,
your
no,
time.
it's a great question because like what would happen oftentimes is that any patriarchate or bishop like that could say this guy is heterodox, right? They could say we reject Antioch, we reject Constantinople, etc. They're heterodox.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, another question I had is: it looks like Agato says that Peter wasn't actually a bishop of Rome; that Linus was the first, and then Anna and Cletus, and then Clement being put into the episcopate by Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Is that across the board? Do all Orthodox believe that, or is that just based on findings?
If I remember, like, I think that Peter being an apostle, right, doesn't necessarily mean that he is the bishop of that see, because Peter's also the founder of the church, ultimately out of Alexandria and at Antioch. So there's 3 Petrine sees, and even Pope St. Gregory the Great in his letters talks about the 3 Petrine sees. So Gete might be referring to the fact that you can't say, because you, in Orthodox theology or ecclesiology, for example, and I think even in the ancient canons, like a bishop can't be a bishop of multiple places. Like he's only a bishop of one place. So Peter can't be a functioning bishop of 3 different sees. And so that might be why he's saying that he's the founder of those 3 sees, but not the bishop of Rome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gregory the Great he cites here, and he says that he's the that he has the 3 Petrine sees that he references when he's writing to the Bishop of Alexandria, I believe.
Yes, correct.
And he tells him that he has the same right as him, or the same authority as him, which I thought was pretty mind-boggling. I actually found the quote here. It said that the quote, "Martin, by the grace of God, Bishop of the Holy Catholic and Apostolic Church of the City of Rome, I have signed as judge this sentence in confirmation of the Orthodox faith, and also the condemnation of Theodore, formerly Bishop of Haran, of Cyprus, of Alexandria, of Sergius, of Constantinople, of Pyrrhus and Paul, his successors, and of their heretical writings." And then later on it says that the other bishops also signed with him.
Yeah, so that's when, so Maximus wanted to get Martin to sign, and this is after, I think, Lateran, what year is that? Is it 649?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is Lateran 649. That was the Pope's attempt to call an ecumenical council. And St. Maximus wanted Martin to condemn all of those people because they were his opponents. They were supporting monothelitism. But that doesn't mean that the papacy or Vatican I position is true, because if you read on, if you read, like, for example, the Denny book, in Roman Catholic theology, that's not considered an ecumenical council. But it was the Pope's first attempt at having an ecumenical council not called by the emperor. And further proving that is, if that was an ecumenical council, if that settled the issue, then there would have been no need for the 6th ecumenical council, because the 6th council is called to resolve that very issue. And if Martin's decree was a Vatican I top-down decree, no need for the 6th ecumenical council.
Okay, all right. And so his condemnation of those bishops, and that removes them from the office, is he able to do that because of the synod or his unilateral power as the first see?
Well, he might have thought he could do it unilaterally, but the point is that it doesn't prove the Vatican I position. In fact, it disproves it, because no Roman Catholic accepts Lateran 649 as an ecumenical council. But if Vatican I is true, it should be an ecumenical council.
Okay, awesome. And the last thing that I'll bother you with today is that some people have cited how there was one council, forgive me for not remembering, that they appeal to Clement over John, a living apostle, and they'll say, "Oh, look, they went to the Pope over him." And I think I heard somewhere that was in Corinth, and that was under the jurisdiction of Rome. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, the Sashetsky book, which just came out, has a good chapter on that. And basically, nobody takes not even Roman Catholics anymore utilize, in the scholarly world, they don't utilize the Clement examples as a proof of papal stuff. Because you'll notice that if Clement is proving the papacy because he's just sort of autocratically settling issues 1,000 miles away, then you can't argue the Newman thesis of development anymore. And by the way, if that was settling things autocratically, why didn't every issue just get settled autocratically, if that's an example of that? So it's not.
Okay. And in regards to Pope Victor, when he attempts to excommunicate a bunch of people, I have a note here saying that Eusebius states Victor endeavored to cut off the churches of all of Asia, but he endeavored because he did not have the power. Otherwise, the act would follow the will. So is that like he tried to, and then Irenaeus thunked him on the head?
Yeah, everybody rebuked him, exactly.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Jay. Keep the ginger chews flowing, and have a great one.
Yeah, great questions. Yeah, I apologize for not having the Gate book here with me. Remember, we'll be live here in hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half with Cotel, Deconstructing Christianity. We'll be covering that. What's up, man? Are you there? Yeah, it's weird. Usually you don't get high quality, high tier questions on here. Codex polemics, you have to unmute. Are you there? Oh, he dropped off. Lutheran.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
I had a question about EED and divine simplicity.
Mm-hmm.
So the Augsburg Confession, which is a Lutheran confession, states that really its only statement on divine simplicity is that God is without parts. Is that compatible with the EED or not really?
No, I think Orthodox theology absolutely believes in divine simplicity, and we would absolutely reject any notion of God having composition, having passibility, having parts, etc.
Okay, yeah, because it's something I've looked into and I've been interested in, although I didn't know if it was capable to fit with Lutheranism, which is a more Western tradition.
Well, I think the tendency in Lutheran and Calvinistic theology is to default to the Augustinian approaches to those questions. And, Augustine has a really strict, incompatible view of absolute divine simplicity, or what eventually is called identity thesis, which means that the attributes are identical amongst themselves and with the essence in a strict reductionist way.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. Mm-hmm. Have a great day.
You too. Two, 5, 2, 7, something. Roman Catholics, this is the time for you to come debate. Does any Roman Catholics actually want to step up, quit spamming the chat? Go ahead.
Oh, what's up, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
I got a question, actually. I want to hear your best argument against Thomism.
I'd say the best argument would be that Thomas's identification of nature and person, Thomas's position on persona et relatio, Thomas's position on procession ab utroque, essentially make the Trinity unknowable and a meaningless doctrine.
Okay. Because you remember the video with Wagner that you had? Because a lot of my Catholic friends were saying that you will lose on Thomism, so, I mean, like, guess not.
I will lose, okay. And tell me why any of the three things that I said I would lose on.
Well, basic argument that they gave is that you just ran. That's it.
I was booted from the stream. How did I run when I was booted?
Exactly, bro. I don't understand why they say that you ran, but they say you ran and that Wagner basically schooled you, so that's what Catholics think of. Some Catholics think of you right now, so.
Well, they're welcome to come and debate right now.
Yeah, actually, wait a minute. I'll send this to them, actually.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Where's that guy? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he allowed me on for 5 minutes and said that the Cappadocians were scholastics and booted me. So, I mean, if they think that's a win, I mean, if that's what you think a win is. And by the way, they didn't even get into the actual literature on relations of opposition, which is what I wanted to talk about. So.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, thank you for answering, bro.
Mm-hmm.
God bless you.
Yeah, I gave the actual article, actually one by Congar, on relations of opposition and the problems in that position. And I gave him the Lasky article on relations of opposition, which is a well-known problem. And to my knowledge, neither he nor PineSep have actually read it. They never got back to me on it. So to me, that tells me they weren't really interested in having an actual discussion on it. What's up, Supreme?
Wait, hold on, bro.
Hold on for what?
Wait, hello?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was wondering, what's your favorite Diddy party?
The one with the baby oil.
My type shits.
That was really funny. Mubarak?
Yeah, good day, sir.
Good day to you, sir. How are you?
Israel. Okay, my question is about so far in your research, which church do you think is a true church of Christ?
The Orthodox Church.
Orthodox Church. Why?
Because it teaches the same thing that the church of the first 1,000 years taught.
Why kissing the cross? Why praying to the sand? Why all those decoration and all that? Are you telling me
because of the Jewish liturgy that the apostles derived the church's liturgy from?
No, I didn't get that part. Sorry.
Because of the Jewish temple synagogue liturgy from which the apostles derived the church's liturgy.
Okay. Okay, they took the same setting to the church.
What?
Yeah, maybe I didn't get you all. Maybe.
I'm sorry, man. I can't understand what you're saying. What's up?
Jay, do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you a couple questions?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, did the Cappadocian Fathers teach the Filioque? Because some Catholics claim they do. What writings should I read from them to prove the monarchy of the Father?
Just go listen to the interviews that I did with Dr. Bo Branson about whether the Cappadocians taught the Filioque.
Okay. And the next question is, what is your best argument against the papacy?
I think there's a bunch of them that are kind of all equally powerful in force. I mean, Unum Sanctum says you have to believe in the temporal supremacy of the Roman bishop to be saved. Vatican II, post-Vatican II Catholicism, via Dignitatis Humanae, accepting liberty of worship, freedom of conscience, no longer teaches that. That's one easy, clear contradiction right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Can you keep up the good work, and God bless you, bro.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, good questions. Soma. Usually, TikTok's way crazier. This is a very chill vibe.
What's going on, Jay?
What's on your mind?
Yeah. So I'm an ethnically Jewish Eastern Orthodox catechumen. You know, I don't believe the Jews are chosen. I don't believe in all that crap. But would you say that the rabbinical Jews worship the same God as Christianity?
Ultimately, no. I mean, they might, in one sense, because they do acknowledge the Father, have more of a claim to it than, say, a Muslim, because Muslims explicitly reject God, Allah, as Father. But I mean, Jesus is very clear in John 5-9 that ultimately, no.
Yeah. I have one more question. What do you think about like young Earth creationism? I know Father Seraphim Rose, he believes in it. I do too, to be honest. I don't believe in evolution, Big Bang.
Yeah, I've been a promoter of his book, Genesis, Creation, Early Man, for a long time.
All right, great. Yeah, that's all I want to ask. Thank you.
Yeah, good questions. Appreciate it. Leo? If you guys want to support the stream, you can do so via the super chats right there. We got a nice chill vibe today with our guests. What's up, man? So I guess that chill vibe is going to be going away pretty quick right here. So Orthodox, what's up?
What's up, Jay? God bless.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? I just have I guess I have two questions. One question is, so when I bring up that we count the persons by identity and God by division,
you mean
a
the
common
essence?
objection that comes up from I guess philosophically inclined atheists here on TikTok would be what's the modality of which we know which concepts are inseparable or not? And I don't really know how to answer that. I mean,
well, that's what I don't understand how that's relevant to the different ways of counting. Modality of conceptions. What does that mean?
I'm not too philosophically inclined myself, but he would say how do we know what is inseparable and what is not? This came up from somebody named Danny that's here on TikTok.
I mean, inseparability of actions just has to do with the metaphysics of the Trinity, right? So there's not any action in the triad is the entire triad acting in each person uniquely, manifesting that one act. So I don't understand why that would have to do with counting, though, with the problem of counting. But anyway, I appreciate the question. Got Gazon.
How's it feel to get cooked by aliens in front of all your viewers and then kick him twice?
Yeah, can you?
Cooked 2 times in a row.
I got cooked. Is that right? Is that why he didn't know basics?
He did know basics.
Really, like mixing up Leontius of Byzantium with Leontius of Jerusalem.
I don't remember him doing that. You got to think what line.
Are you this stupid? Like literally the first thing he did in the first 5 minutes was confuse Leontius of Byzantium with Leontius of Jerusalem.
I don't remember that happening, but even
it's literally the first 5 minutes of the exchange. So now you're lying. So you're the actual liar. So all you guys do is you don't have anything but an arrogant laugh. That's literally all you guys have. What's up?
Yeah, hello.
Monkey Fizzites. What's up?
Okay, I got a question.
What?
Okay, I got a question. So you know Theodoret of Cyrus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the papers claim that the council of Ephesus accepted the filioque because Saint Cyril taught it in his third letter to Nestorius, allegedly. So, would it be a fair question to ask the Catholics? Saint Theodoret criticized Saint Cyril for teaching the filioque, allegedly. Would it be a fair question to ask, why was it when Theodoret repented at Chalcedon, why didn't they ask him to recant his statements about the filioque?
Yeah.
If it was accepted at
it
the
is.
time?
I think David mentioned that a couple of years ago. So absolutely, I think that's a great question. Here's another one. What's up, Monkey Fizzite?
Yo, Jada.
Yo.
I heard you had a discussion with Agan on Christology.
I mean, you didn't go hear it? You heard that it happened?
Yeah, so, why did you block him on both accounts and couldn't have a discussion
Because
with him?
of the fact that he made 2 basic mistakes, which tells me where he's at in the literature.
Sorry?
Because he made 2 basic mistakes, which tells me where he's at in the literature.
Yeah, what do you mean in the literature?
You don't know what I mean by the literature on this topic, the academic literature?
No.
How are you guys going to debate this? You don't even know what the literature is on it.
No, I'm just asking. You blocked him on both accounts.
I just answered your question. This is why you look. There's hope for you guys.
I'm not even
there's
asking.
There's hope for you guys because I noticed that 80 IQ people, they can still find work. So there is hope for you guys. Don't worry. I looked it up on Grok today. Same for the Muslims. And the good news for you guys is that you can be 80 IQ and still find service sector jobs, call center jobs, so that you guys can find gainful employment.
Hello, Jediah. Yeah, okay. Are you Orthodox?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Yeah, okay. The papacy is false, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Matthew 18, 16, 19.
Oh, bro, you got me. You cited Matthew 16. I guess it's proven.
Read the church fathers and.
Are you aware that the majority of the church fathers don't interpret that about Peter?
No.
Yeah. So if you read Denny's book, he lists.
So I
why
read
you
it.
get? So
I
here,
read it, but
are you giggling? Why are you giggling? Giggling like Muslims. So Denny lists the. I think it's about 60-70% of the church fathers do not interpret Matthew 16 of Peter. So just telling me Matthew 16, read the church fathers, that actually works against you. You need something better than that. So, the chill didn't last very long, did it? The chill discussion over here that lasted about 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. What's up? Jack, what's up?
Can you hear me?
Barely. Are you underneath your bed? What's up?
No. How about now? Is it
Get
better?
out from under your pillow. What's up?
Okay. So formerly I was a Protestant, so I actually started studying early Christianity. Now I would classify myself as Eastern Orthodox, but I'm still very, very confused, even though I've done a bunch of research on this whole East Oriental position, because I'm ethnically Armenian, and there's so many high-level words being used that I can't really grasp. Is there any way you can break it down a little more?
That's why I told the previous guy that you have to be familiar with the literature, and he said, "What is that?"
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you want to debate this stuff, you need to know the literature. So I would just say the best book for you would be the book by John McGuckin, St. Cyril of Alexandria and the Christological Controversy. That will help you out. I can't think of a better book, and I'm not advocating everything that guy says, but just as a scholarly text, that's probably the best overall book on this. I don't like all of you people that I already booted. I'm not going back to you. Good times. I don't know who Imon is. Tell me to unblock some dude named
Hey, what's
Imon.
up, Jay? I'm Roman Catholic. I joined up because you asked for Roman Catholics.
Okay.
I'm not you know way more on the books than I do, but just doing simple searches, if we see Irenaeus and Cyprian, other church fathers that basically say that the church,
but all of those quote mines are out of context. So, for example, when Irenaeus says, he uses Rome as an example, he says Rome is great because of Peter and Paul. But Vatican I says you cannot say that Rome has supremacy because of Peter and Paul. It's only because of Peter. So Irenaeus actually works against you. Plus, Irenaeus rebuked Pope St. Victor when he tried to do things outside of his jurisdiction. So the actual context in life of what Irenaeus was up to actually works against this quote mine out of context. Cyprian also says all the bishops are Peter.
Right, I didn't even give you the quote, so.
You're talking about the standard quote mines. What else is it going to be?
I wasn't talking about Peter and Paul. I was saying the church should agree with this church on account of its preeminent authority, meaning that
the preeminent authority, according to Irenaeus, is because of Peter and Paul. Vatican I says you can't hold that view.
But it's the church, it's not Peter and
Vatican
Paul.
I says you can't hold the view that Rome has its preeminence because of Peter and Paul. It's only Peter.
Okay, so we have that's fine. So if we have several church fathers that say this, and we have the passage that Jesus gave the keys, and if you look at historically, the meaning of the keys was the Jewish temple. The keys would sit on the rock, and they would use it to basically.
We don't need a bunch of rabbinic ideas that Suan Sona brings into trying to figure out what it means, because in Matthew 18, Jesus says all the college has that exact same power.
Yeah, but that was secondary to him giving it to Peter.
Well, so you're calling it secondary. How does that translate into Vatican I?
Well, my point is that if he gives Peter the power to basically...
How does that tell you Vatican I? That's the non sequitur.
I'm not sure of the connection that you're making. Can you spell that out?
Because what you have to prove is Vatican I's claims about the papacy. Because I can agree with all your positions. That doesn't tell me that Vatican I is true.
Okay.
The Roman Catholic dogma is what Vatican I teaches about the papacy. Have you read that?
Yeah, but I'm not making the connection, so maybe you can spell it out.
So when you are arguing these things, you have to prove the Vatican I position is true back then, unless you want to argue that it developed and evolved.
I mean, I'm still just arguing that if you look at the history of what it means to bind and loose and the keys.
None of that tells me that Vatican I is true. You have the burden of proof to defend Vatican I, which is extraordinary claims about the papacy.
Oh, okay. This is what I would say, that yeah, it was somewhat of an evolution, that the power of the papacy to make these kinds of rules is, initially established in Peter through the gospel.
So is it also true that in 1302 in Unum Sanctum's dogmatic decree, I have to believe in the temporal supremacy of the Roman bishop to be saved, but post-Vatican II I don't have to believe in that?
Well, what is the current ruling? You don't need to believe in...
All right, so the current ruling... Exactly. Yeah, so what you're saved by in the Middle Ages, you have to believe that the Pope is the Kwisatz Haderach. Nowadays, you don't have to believe that. Exactly. Thank you for admitting my point that Roman Catholicism is a contradicting and changing and evolving position. We never know exactly what it's going to be.
Hello, sir. Good evening. I'm an Eastern Orthodox Romanian by myself. Just a question, Mr. Dyer. In relation to canon law of 861 of the baptism, section 2, is that actually refer that anyone who is not a Christian can baptize a Christian by the Roman Catholics?
Yes. In fact, atheists and Muslims can baptize.
But how is that possible if they're not ordained?
It's stupid. I mean, Roman Catholicism doesn't make sense. That's why.
Oh my God. Thank you very much. I just wanted to know that. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Yes, Satanists can baptize in the Roman Catholic Church in extremis, and that's because their position is stupid. Greek name. That's the logical consequences of their understanding of ex opere operato. Go ahead. Are you there? Greek name. I don't know why you're not talking. Whatever. Moving on. Super. Go ahead. We just had the biggest Muslim. We had like 3 million people watch the last Muslim debate. What are you guys even talking about? When you debate, you not debate the real Muslim. Oh, who's the real Muslim? By the way, did you see Mohammed Hijab back down? He won't debate. Proud Catholic.
Have you watched gay inflation asshole porn? I want to fuck you so
there
hard.
You go.
I
So there's the Roman Catholics for you right there. So this is what Roman Catholics have. So I hope you guys see this demonized sect of lunatics. Dad. Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. Zoomer.
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Hear me? I was just wondering, when arguing with atheists, how do you justify the first premise, of tag? Why is God necessary?
What is the topic today, bro? The topic is papacy is false. It's not tag.
Hi, J.K. Yowie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hello.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I had two questions I wanted to splash out with you.
Okay.
I'm a Catholic, by the way. You say that with Protestants, they basically mess up, the incarnation basically messes up the idea of iconoclasm. I don't really understand that, how, it could.
Wait,
sorry.
How what? Say that, start over again. Say what now? With Protestants, what?
So you say that Protestants who practice iconoclasm, it destroys the idea of the incarnation.
Right. So the entire Seventh Ecumenical Council's theological argumentation about icons is derived from Christology. So it's sort of the logical conclusion of all the previous 6 Christological councils.
Right. So what I mean is that because if I was thinking about this and I was thinking like if I was a Protestant, I would say that well, if Jesus or God basically manifested in the Old Testament in various theophanies, how does but God still said that don't make any images or anything like that. How does that square with your idea of the icon later on in Hebrews? I don't know if that's making any sense to you.
Well,
if you know what I mean.
No, God forbade certain types of images, not all images. So it's not true that the Old Testament deity is not iconoclastic. There's images all in the temple along the curtains, the seraphim, the ark. So, and if you look at early synagogues, the Dura Europos synagogue, Judaism, even the 1st and 2nd century, was still an icono-dual religion.
Yeah. Sorry, it's not. I'm obviously not disputing that. So what I'm saying is that you sometimes give an explanation saying that Jesus is the icon of the Father.
Yes. Okay.
So, and I was saying that, well, can a Protestant respond to that? Say, well, even though Jesus incarnated later, there was still this theophanies earlier. Couldn't they just point to that, say that, well, doesn't that sort of refute your argument about Jesus being the icon later?
He's not the icon later. He was always the icon of the Father, even before the incarnation.
Okay, so maybe I need to think about this more. Sorry.
Well, Jesus. Think about in John 5 through 9 when he keeps arguing with the Pharisees, right? He says that no one sees the Father at any time, and yet Moses saw the face of God. The face of God is the icon of the Father. So Jesus is saying, I was on Mount Sinai talking to Moses.
Oh, right, okay.
So he was always the icon. So he was always the icon of the Father.
Incarnation. Then it was also throughout.
Correct. He was always the icon of the Father.
Right, thank you for that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good question. Jay?
Yeah, it's me again.
I don't remember what you said.
Yeah, I got another question actually. So, what's your thoughts on the filioque and what Anastasius the Librarian said in the Constantinople Soul, but the one we reject?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, apparently he answered Saint Photius's objection, and he used the letter to Marinus by Saint Maximus the Confessor. What's your thoughts on that?
Right. So the thing is that what the Latins mean is not actually dogmatically stated or expressed until Lyons in Florence. So you can't take the ongoing nature of that debate and pick something out of the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th century. Because at 1274 is when Rome dogmatically states that they mean not economia, but an eternal hypostatic procession from the Father and the Son as from a single principle. So that's why.
Could you bring up Sola, by the way? He's a Catholic. A1 Sola.
What?
Could you bring up A1 Sola? He's a Catholic waiting to come up. So, could you bring it up?
Okay. A1. I don't see A1. I see Catho Truth. Is that him? I don't see A1.
Yo, do you watch faggot inflation asshole porn? I want to rape.
So again, another Roman Catholic. Notice the amazing theological insights of the Roman Catholics. I don't see A1 Soma anywhere. I don't know what you're talking about. Dad?
Hi, Jay. Thanks for picking me up.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, can you hear me?
Can you?
Hi, Jay.
Yes. Dude, come on, man. Are you calling me from hell? Good grief. Bugle.
Hello, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Jada, there was a guy called Eamon. He's done nothing wrong. Please unblock him, please. He's done nothing wrong. He loves you so much. Please block him.
I have no idea who. I have no idea. Why are you laughing? It's like people act like grown men act like 14-year-olds. I have no idea who that is.
Yo, what's up, Jay?
Are you underneath your bed? I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got a question for you. So, do you know Pope Agatho's letter in the Sixth Ecumenical Council?
Yes.
Yeah, so...
So he wanted to cuss me out. Good one. So again, this is why I don't usually go over here. It's because it's just the most low tier bunch of garbage. It's all brain rot for the most part.
Hello?
At all?
Yo, I just want to ask you, can I get mod?
No. I have no idea who you are. I can make some random dude. Make me the mod, bro, so that I can destroy you. Joshua.
Jay Dyer, how you doing, brother? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was going to ask. So you're Orthodox, correct? Are you Eastern or Oriental?
Eastern.
Now you're saying, because I'm a bit of a weird one. I was baptized Latin Rite, but I was confirmed Maronite Catholic because I'm Lebanese.
Okay.
But with the Catholics and Orthodox, didn't the Orthodox agree to the Filioque until like the 11th century?
No. What are you talking about?
Wasn't it one church?
No, like the strongest defenders against the Filioque are from those centuries. St. Photius. So no idea what you're talking about. Skibbity Riz. That's what I'm talking about.
Hi.
Mm-hmm. Hi. Thank you. That was profound.
Hi, Jay.
Uh-huh.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
So, Reggie, sorry for my bad English. I have a question for you. What is... do you have an argument against Islam?
Yeah. I mean, I've debated all the top Muslims. So, I got a lot.
You can make an argument? No?
Yeah, the Quran tells me to check the Quran against prior revelation to see that it's in continuity with it. When I check prior revelation, it is not in continuity with it, so the Quran is false.
Okay. If I understand, you tell the Quran take...
Bro, I can't even, I mean... No idea what you're saying, man. By the way, the topic is on TikTok listed very clearly as papacy.
Yo, Jay, what's going on, my friend?
Hey.
I just wanted to come by and say hello.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. The papacy is definitely false. Glory to God. I just wanted to say, if anyone wants a confirmation of that, one of the great debunkers of papal primacy or supremacy is Pope St. Leo, actually. He actually, if you read his sermons, he lays out pretty clearly who he thinks Peter is, and the special charism goes down for, guess who? The whole church.
Mm.
And he actually lays this out in his exegesis of Matthew 16:18. And John 21, he also says, applies to all bishops of the church. We should always remember that St. Peter, is a figure of the bishops as a whole, and not a particular supreme super bishop. St. Leo, his special charism of Peter is that he thought Peter was in heaven praying for him. He makes this clear in his sermons. So if anyone needs a reason to not believe in the papacy, read Pope St. Leo, and his ecclesiology is very clear, very, very clear. So yeah, God bless you all. Thank you for rising up, my good friend Jay.
Yes,
God
sir.
bless.
Thank you, Anand. I appreciate that. That was a very good point. Yeah, remember a lot of Roman Catholics like to say, oh, the Tome of Leo, ex cathedra. Well, remember, Ibarra has backed away from that. And he never, by the way, has said, oh, by the way, I was wrong when I was saying it was ex cathedra. He just quietly backed away from that. But as Ananda points out, when you actually go into the letters, how does he exegete it? Is he exegeting Matthew 16? Remember the guy that called in about an hour ago? Said, oh, what about Matthew 16? Well, do the church fathers actually exegete Matthew 16 that way? Actually, very few. I think it's ironically something like 16. Like, it's not very many that apply Matthew 16 directly to Peter. I think Denny has a list. I forget the exact numbers, but it's a very small minority that think that it's actually Peter. And isn't it ironic that Leo himself is not exegeting it the way that the Vatican I argument wants it to be exegeted? Go ahead, Pookie.
Please unblock Amen. He's done nothing wrong.
I don't know who that is. Why you keep
If you
saying
go
this?
on your block and it says Amen and then some Arabic letters, he's done nothing
Okay,
wrong. To you. He
I
loves
don't
you
know
so
who it
much.
is. Who is he? What is
I
he?
don't know, but he loves you so much.
Okay, well, that sounds a little Skittles, dude. Liam.
Yo.
Mm.
Yo, what's good, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
I just had a quick question. So I have a good amount of, I guess you could say, Protestant people or non-denominational people who they're not really familiar with the church. What are some like easy arguments to kind of like point them in the right direction?
Of orthodoxy?
I am Orthodox.
I'm saying you're saying point a Protestant in the direction of orthodoxy easily.
I guess not really easily.
I mean, I don't know that there is like an easy, simple thing. I would say, get them to read like, Father Josiah Trenton's book, Rock and Sand. Get them to watch the Icon documentary on YouTube. You got to also kind of know your audience. So know what kind of if it's a Protestant guy who's not really into history, well, you're not going to give him a 500-page church history book, right? If it's a Protestant guy who's into arts, he's going to vibe with the Icon documentary. So I would just say, try to know your audience and then choose on that basis. Dawn.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? I've had a question with Daniel 13. Why is it in the Orthodox canon?
Why is it in the Orthodox canon?
No, why isn't it?
It is. The extra section of Daniel is in the Orthodox Bible.
Verse 13.
I think you said. Did you say Daniel 13 or what are you saying?
No, I said, yeah. Can you hear me well? I don't know if I can, there's an echo.
What section of Daniel are you talking about?
13, verse 13.
Of what chapter?
My bad. I mean chapter 13. I'm sorry.
The extra section of Daniel is in the Orthodox Bible.
No, I mean, I have the Orthodox Study Bible right here, but when I go to chapter 13, I don't see it. I don't have it.
I thought it might be in a separate section.
The story of Susanna, where I think they're trying to take off something about Susanna where they're trying to take off her face veil and whatnot.
Are you talking about Bell and the Dragon?
Yeah.
It's in the Orthodox Bible.
Are you sure? Because I was looking at it last night, and I think it's only in the Catholic Bible.
No, I'm pretty sure it's in the Orthodox Bible because I have notes about. There's even more than the Bell and Dragon. There's the story of one of the.
I think someone in the comments just said that OSB has it in different.
It's in a different section. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
It's just in a different part, yeah, but it's in there because it has a section about one of the saints speaking to another saint across time, or at least into heaven. So, which is another argument indirectly you could say for intercession of saints, right? So the saints are involved in the life of the believers on earth. So let's see. Okay, so I think there's a typo. Yeah, there's a typo in the Orthodox Study Bible because if you flip over, it says Daniel 22. It's not. It's supposed to be. I think they mean 12, but Daniel 13 is just stuck as 12. But if you go through 12 and it's on page of the Orthodox Study Bible, it's page 1261. You'll see Bel and the dragon. You'll see Bel deposed. And then you'll see the section where I'm talking about Daniel is vindicated. That's where he sees the prophet Habakkuk outside of time, who lived 100 years earlier than him. So Daniel's able to interact, intercession of saints, with Habakkuk, who lived 100 years before him. That's Daniel, what sometimes is called Daniel 13, but here it's Daniel 12, 36, 33 to 36. So, but it is there. But yeah, that's a good question. Tech.
Jada, please unblock Eamon. He's done nothing wrong to you. Please, I'm begging.
So this is why it's just annoying. You just get a lot of this really annoying stuff over here. I don't even know who they're talking about. Rico.
You are pre-sup?
You are not pre-sup?
You're retarded. Can you defend your position?
On what?
The existence of God.
Why am I retarded? Why would I argue with you if you call me retarded?
How do you avoid the charge of modal collapse?
You're hurting my feelings.
No one cares about your feelings, Jay. How do you avoid the...
I care about my feelings.
Bro, you're a grown man, bro. Behave like...
What are you hurting?
Behave properly, bro. What's wrong with this guy?
Behave properly, bro. Why are you saying bro? Why are you saying bro, man? You don't got the vocabulary. You got to say bro every 3 seconds, bro?
What kind of...
Bro, what kind of bro? Modal collapse? What are you talking about?
You don't know what modal collapse is?
I know what it means in terms of, like, the Trinity.
I'm talking about, like...
Yeah, exactly, bro. Bro, defend your position, bro. This is what you get over here. Bro, why you act like a bro? Bro.
Hello, can you hear me? I'm sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, my question is, did you ever, like, debate atheists? And would you like to?
Yes, I've debated many atheists.
Okay, so I've never actually been in a debate, so I don't know, like, exactly how.
Okay, why would I debate a girl who's never been in a debate? This is what you get on Twitter. I mean, TikTok.
Hello, Jay. I have a question about Sam Shimon, if he's near Orthodox, and if you ever tried to convert him and make close to the Orthodoxy. Thank you.
Yeah, we're trying to. That's why we're going to have that open forum with me and Ubi and other people versus his Catholic side of things. So we were going to do that sooner, but then because of the hurricane, Ibarra's... So the people are flagging my thing. So this is what you get with these people. Now they're trying to pull down the stream. So go ahead.
Hey, everybody follow Codex_.
See, you can't even hardly, like... what I need to do is actually just block these people because they're gonna start trying to pull it down. Yep.
Hi, I have a question concerning the filioque. You hold to the position that the filioque can lead to polytheism, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes, so I'm Eastern Orthodox, by the way. So could you explain this or give some book recommendations where I can conclude with this?
Yeah, I think you could read the Mystagogy of St. Photius, where he first makes that argument, and then if you read the Apodictic Treatise by St. Gregory Palamas, he further follows upon that argumentation and builds upon it and makes an even stronger case. So both of those books are available in English, and both of those kind of make that argumentation. Let's see. I got to figure out how to block the people. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I don't know why I just didn't do this a minute ago. So let me block all of these idiots because they're trying to report my channel. So let me see. I'm going to block each one of these people who are complete goobers. Just give me a second. I'm having to block. This is what you have to do over here because they're so just like it's a bunch of animals over here. See, I'm almost done blocking. Uh-huh.
AJ, I'm a Eastern Orthodox inquirer. I have a question. Since the Father is both the eternal cause of the Spirit and the Son, what is the difference between spirating and begetting?
Basil says, what the difference is we do not know, but that there is a difference we know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means, but okay.
Well, I mean, that's what the Cappadocians say, because we're not ever told what that difference is. But the difference is that the generation produces a son, the spiration produces a spirit. So part of the distinction would be in the relations, not relations of opposition, but relations of origin. I understand why these people start giggling. It's like, what are you giggling at? Yep.
Dyer.
Yeah.
Wondering what you think and if you've heard of this theory of the Flavians in writing the Gospels. Have you heard of that?
The what? No, it's nothing to do with the topic. The topic is papacy. It's listed in giant bold letters.
Okay. I guess I'm not allowed to ask.
Good grief. Yeah.
What's up, Jay? How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Huge fan. I just wanted to see if you had any opinions on the Western Rite Orthodoxy. I just got catechized, so I just wanted to see what your thoughts were.
I mean, as long as it's not bringing in Roman Catholic ideas, devotions, and techniques, there's nothing inherently wrong with the rite. Uh-huh.
Pope Jedi.
See what I mean? Like, it's just like... Yep. You guys wonder why I don't come over on TikTok. It's just a bunch of idiots. Yep.
So I just do you think that the Catholics, like our Catholic brothers and sisters, are gonna go to hell for?
They're not. Why are they brothers and sisters when they're heretics?
Just because they still believe the same core theology.
They don't believe the same core theology. Yep. One equal one.
Hey, peace, Jay. How's it going? I'll be brief. My question is about the Pope and your perspective on. Well, first, I'm an ex-Muslim. Free thinking for any list. My name is Farhan Qureshi. You might know Nabil Qureshi. We kind of grew up together. Debated him back in the day. Anyways, so my question is on the Pope. What is your perspective on the Pope's declaration of universalism recently? Any thoughts on that?
Well, I don't know that it's explicitly universalist. It certainly could lead to that, but I just think he's repeating really what we always kind of thought Vatican II was teaching in Nostra Aetate 3 and Lumen Gentium 16.
Fair. Awesome. If I could connect with you in the future, I think I could learn a lot from you. I'm a psychologist, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Yeah, feel free to give me a follow and pop back in anytime we do a live stream. Hey, bro. What's up, homie?
Good. What's going on?
Oh, I thought you were going to be a cholo.
No, it's all right. So, can you repeat your argument on about unum sanctum again? Just to clarify.
Yeah, the very bottom paragraph of Unum Sanctum says that you also have to believe in the temporal supremacy of the Roman bishop to be saved. Post-Vatican II, that's no longer necessary. So that to me is a clear contradiction.
And where's that mentioned in Vatican II where it says you no longer need to believe that?
Dignitatis Humanae's entire declaration is about religious liberty. Religious liberty is obviously contrary to the doctrine that the Pope is a temporal geopolitical ruler and emperor.
Okay, so is that your assumption of reading that?
No, the Roman Catholic, the Pope took off his triple crown, so obviously he doesn't believe that anymore.
Okay, so unum sanctum, can you verify with me the historical context of unum sanctum? of why the bull was issued in the first place?
Because there were kings and bishops who were there were kings, first of all, who were installing bishops, and there was called the investiture controversy, and because there were kings who were saying that you only have authority in the spiritual domain. This prompted the Pope after the Gregorian reforms to say, via the donation of Constantine, via Dictatus Papae, I have the authority to call standing armies, to go to war, to basically be the emperor of the world. Quizat Sadarat.
So when the bull says, therefore, if the earthly power errs, it shall be judged by the spiritual power. But if a lesser spiritual power errs, it should be judged by a superior spiritual power. But if the supreme power errs, it can be judged by only God and not by man. What do you think that? What's your interpretation of that?
Well, I just simply reject that out of hand, that the Pope has the authority in the in the geopolitical realm or in the civil realm, because the canons, for example, of Chalcedon say that no cleric can be involved in the civil service.
No, I don't think it's my question though. But do you agree with that? What I just said?
I don't accept that the Pope is a geopolitical power or an authority.
Okay, with like all due respect, like, do you agree with what I read or no?
I don't understand your argument. Restate your argument for me.
Yeah, so I'm going to read from Unum Sanctum again. It says, therefore, if the earthly power errs, it shall be judged by the spiritual power. But if a lesser spiritual power errs, it shall be judged by a superior spiritual power. But if the supreme power errs, it can be judged only by God and not by man. Do you agree with that?
No, obviously not. I don't believe that the Roman See is accountable to no one.
No, I'm not referring to the Roman See. Just like
that's referring to the Roman See. It's saying the Roman See only answers to God. It's not judged by anyone else.
Yeah, but it was saying a spiritual power in relation to the earthly power, correct?
It's talking about the Roman See in relationship to the king.
Yeah, Jay Dyer, I know that. But it's talking about the authority of the spiritual power in relation to the earthly power. Right? Like when
so you don't even...
They're going to be judged by a spiritual power. But if a spiritual...
Autism. Yeah. Famuni. All right. Oh my gosh, here we go.
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Have the original Bible! We know it's been changed!
So there you go. There's your Muslim. There's your high tier Muslim apologetics.
Hey Jay, is it okay if I ask you a question about the Trinity, or are you only focusing on the papacy for this live?
Go ahead. What's up?
Okay, so just to kind of give you a little background on me, I'm a Messianic. I don't believe in the Trinity, but I wanted to ask you kind of like what happened at Nicaea, from economic Trinitarianism to the eternal generation. What was the...
I don't know. What do you mean economic Trinitarianism and Nicaea? What does that have to do with each other?
Well, no, I mean, it got switched basically from economic Trinitarianism to eternal generation.
No, you have no idea what you're talking about. So, no. Economia refers to later Trinitarian disputes in terms of distinguishing the intra-Trinitarian life as opposed to God in relationship to the created order. So you have no idea what we're talking about. Yep.
Hello, I just seen that you put on the pap.
I'm sorry. Come back. I didn't mean to hit the button. Come back in here. I lost that dude. I forgot what your name was. my finger slipped. Come back and I'll bring you back up. Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just clicked on it. It was the first time I've seen your page. It says the papacy is false.
Mm-hmm.
So just a few basic ones. When Jesus said, you have the key of the kingdom, your name is Simon, and Simon, your name is now
we already addressed this like for an hour.
No, it's just I've just went on to your page. Your live,
I just addressed that objection for the last hour.
And do you know what he's called? He calls him Cephas, which is wrong.
We just addressed this for an hour. I'm not readdressing it. Yep.
Hi. I just have a question about the Trinity. Is Jesus the Father?
No.
Could you give me like a bit of an explanation about that? Because I don't understand that.
Well, you could read the high priestly prayer from John, say 16 and 17, where Jesus clearly elucidates the distinction between the persons and the fact that he will speak to the Father and then he will send the Comforter, the Holy Spirit, and he identifies him as as a third he.
Oh, all right. Well, thanks, man. God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so John 16 and 17 are really good for that. Yep.
Don't have the original Bible. We know.
So once again, another Muslim with that high tier apologetic there. Yep.
Yeah. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I just want to ask you about the papacy. You know, I was the Eastern Catholic, but you could have Thomas Ford your ass. I can't lie, you've been there bones. Yo.
So there you go. There's another solid high tier Roman Catholic argument. This is what you get. They're basically like they're like 13-year-olds who've eaten too much candy is what you're dealing with over here. Yeah.
Eamon has done nothing wrong for you. Please.
What are you talking about?
Just block him. He's done nothing wrong. He loves you so much. Please.
I don't understand why you even think it's funny.
No, J-Dad, because he loves you so much.
Why are you saying my name?
Him for no reason. You've never spoken to him in your life, and he loves you so much.
This is weird. See what I mean? Well, how come you don't come on TikTok and debate? This is why.
We're doing it. Hey.
What?
How's it going?
What?
Why do you think that Anglo-American imperialism?
It's literally what we're dealing with.
Why aren't you preparing people for the rapture? Why are you so focused on the world?
Because I'm hetero.
Huh?
Because I'm hetero.
Okay. Do you think that's a good reason to ignore the rapture?
It's a really good reason, because that would mean that your heresy is not.
Oh, the rapture's heresy now.
Absolutely.
Harpazo, it's in scripture, we got caught up in.
It doesn't mean what you think it means, though. It's not a pre-tribulation rapture.
It says who Enoch was taken before the flood, the pre-trib rapture.
That doesn't prove the pre-tribulation rapture. That's your argument.
Like a thief.
Because Enoch was translated in the Old Testament period. That proves the rapture. Yeah, good job, dude. That's a really good argument. This is like.
Yeah, I have a question. So, what is your opinion on Catholics appealing to Ibn Taymiyyah to try and strawman the Eastern Orthodox position?
I think it's awesome. That's a pretty funny appeal. I think they should do it more. What's up?
Hello.
Yeah.
You said the papacy is false.
Correct.
So, like, you would say, like, in the early centuries, whenever the Church Fathers was talking about, like, the authority that the Bishop of Rome has, you would say, like, that's an honor?
I would say that it's not the Vatican I view, which is what the burden of proof is on you to prove.
What is the Vatican I view?
You don't know the Vatican I view? You're Roman Catholic?
Well, I'm Roman Catholic, but I'm asking you in your opinion.
Why would it be my opinion when it's a dogmatic statement from your church?
I'm just asking what are you thinking?
Do you not know what it is?
Why are you asking me questions? I'm asking
because
you questions,
it's the burden of proof is for you to defend the Vatican I view.
Well, but I asked you about the authority that the Bishop of Rome has, and you just completely just said, "Oh, it's not the Vatican I view."
Correct, because that's what refutes your position. That's why I'm going to say that.
So when the early church fathers talk about the authority that the Bishop of Rome has,
yeah, can you demonstrate that it's the Vatican I view?
And against heresy, you said what?
Can you demonstrate that's the Vatican I view? We already addressed against heresies an hour ago in here.
Well, I'm asking you, what's your interpretations on those
All
early
right, so
church
you're not,
fathers?
so you can't answer the objection exactly.
So you don't have an answer?
No, I do have an answer, and the answer is that the burden of proof is on you to prove the Vatican I view. You can't even tell me what the Vatican I view is.
Well, I'm not talking about my view right now. I'm asking you for your
No,
view.
you're trying to prove the papacy.
Well, I'm asking you, like, whenever the church fathers literally...
And why does it matter what my view is when my argument is that the papacy is false, because you have to prove the Vatican I
Because
view, and
that's
you
your
can't.
view. Your view is the papacy is false.
Correct.
Exactly.
And the
So
argument is
basically-
that the Vatican I view is not there.
Well, you're basically saying that when these church fathers talk about how, like, all the church...
Where is the Vatican
churches
I
have
view?
to submit to
Can you
the church in
can you
Rome,
tell me
don't you
what
think
they don't say
that's an
that?
honor
No,
of-
they don't say that. Where does the Vatican I view translate into this?
I could pull up like literally against heresies, like when
We already addressed the whole quote. That actually undermines your position. What does Vatican I say about Irenaeus' argument against heresies?
how does it undermine my position?
What does Vatican I say about Irenaeus'
changing
argument?
that? Why are you changing-
So again, he can't do anything. This is what we get. Yes, thank you for coming back in here so I can mute it from block you. Correct. Yes, now I can block you as well. Block, block, block. Block you as well. Block. You have to do this on Twitter, or else these people just keep popping in here.
Yo, Jay, would you say a good critique against, like, the Neoplatonists, like, monism would be that if the God is impersonal, it can't act, therefore creation wouldn't even be a thing?
Well, they believe that creation is an eternal generation from the one. So there is no intentional actions. There's just emanation, but it doesn't have any intentionality to it. Now they don't deny telos, but there's not really a reason why they would have telos. Yep.
Yo, hello.
Yep.
What's up? I just came on to say how your debate again.
I already know. We're already gonna do you. So it's nothing but just total goobers today. Yep.
Do you think the First Council of Constantinople, canon number 2, is against the papacy?
Is that the one about New Rome?
That the bishop cannot have limit under the country?
Cannot have what?
So like churches in Alexandria cannot.
Oh, you're talking about limited jurisdiction?
Yes. You think it's?
Yeah, I think the Canon 6 of Nicaea, and there's many other canons that are very similar in that terms of limitation.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and yes, they would by extension disprove the papacy. Correct. Yep. Yeah. Micro, what? Yep.
Yeah, hello?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a quick question. So say you're debating like an agnostic or an atheist, where do you make the jump from believing in God, say, through like
So
the tag argument?
bro, the topic
just
today,
orthodox?
the topic is papacy in giant bold print. It's not tag. Yep.
Hello, Jay. I want to talk about the topic, the papacy is false. What do you think about a monastery here in Belgium that is an Eastern Catholic and a Western Catholic together as one monastery that say that they are ecumenist?
Sounds like a disaster. I would be totally opposed to that. Yep.
Are you tearing down the papacy to prepare the way for the Antichrist, Donald Trump? Sounds like that's why you're
Are you
trying
mentally
to,
ill?
tear down this current hierarchy there.
What would it have to do with Donald Trump? You got to be are you trolling?
Well, he's the false savior. He's going to fake his resurrection, the fatal wound, you know?
Okay,
It's
you've
coming
got
soon.
mental illness. I'm sorry for you, man.
You'll see. You'll see. Coming.
So, I mean, it's just like...
Hello?
Uh-huh.
I've got the greatest argument for papacy.
I bet you do.
Alright. So if you go to St. Gregory of Palamas's Book of Tickling, chapter J, that is butthole.
There you go. So keep in mind, this is the Roman Catholic. This is the status of Roman Catholicism right there. And they act demonized because they actually are demonized. This is what you're dealing with. So there's still like 300 people over here. It's pretty crazy. Yep.
I watch all of your videos and your live streams, and I love you, and I beat off to you every single time I watch them, and I want to fuck you.
So that's what Roman
That's
Catholics.
how much I love you.
That's Roman Catholics right there. Yep.
Yeah. By the way, the guy who keeps coming up and saying that nonsense. His name is Codex, and he's really obsessed with you. I don't know why he keeps doing this. Yeah.
It's just weird demonic mental illness. So. Let's see if I can just block it. It's weird because a lot of these people have like multiple, they just sit here like making accounts. Uh-huh.
Hey Jay, how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a question regarding your understanding of the ecclesiology.
Okay.
I would like to propose that the Protestant church has the actual most Catholic approach to ecclesiology.
There is no such thing as a Protestant church. There's 1,000 different sects. So when you act like there's one Protestant church, that's totally deceptive.
When I say Protestant, I'm talking about the ecclesial.
There is no a Protestant ecclesial church. That doesn't exist.
So Protestants don't exist?
There is no ecclesiology of Protestantism because there's 30,000 different Protestant sects.
Right, but what is the same views they have in common for the core doctrines?
Again, how do we know what the common core is? You're just assuming the thing in question. The what?
So are you not aware that there's confessions of faith within the Protestant churches?
I mean, are you aware that Lutherans and Calvinists used to kill each other over their disagreements? So there is no common faith of Protestantism. It doesn't exist.
Right, but you are familiar with the five solas, right?
It doesn't exist. You don't even have a consistent interpretation of what that means. Yeah, exactly.
Yo, so when you say that papacy is false, like, what is your definition of papacy?
Vatican I.
Vatican I. So are you just going to say Vatican I and not actually define it?
Well, it lets me know whether or not you read it or not. Have you read it?
Why are you dodging? You stay dodging, Jay.
Have you read it? So, yeah, exactly.
How's it going, Jay? How are you doing there?
Yep.
I'm doing good, I hope. So, I have a quick question. So, how do you interpret So, in the Sixth Council of Constantinople, I'm pretty sure, it says that they were discussing, the addition of the Filioque to the Council of Nicaea, correct?
No.
The Nicene Creed.
No idea. There's no discussion of Filioque at the Sixth Ecumenical Council and changing the creed. What are you talking about?
Well, not the Sixth Ecumenical Council. Constantinople, was it 8 or 6?
You're talking about the Roman Catholic synods that try to add the Filioque?
Yeah.
Okay, the Latin Eighth Council. Okay.
Yeah. So they were discussing there, and what's it called? So Pope John the 13th, he sent a letter to Photius to state his position on it, on the addition of the Filioque to the Nicene Constantinopolitan Creed.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about that?
I mean, I've read a lot of Photius, and he argues against it. That's the Orthodox position. So what about it?
I'm saying, have you really heard about the, Pope John the 13th's letter to Photius about it?
Not specifically, no.
So, in the letter, you know, Catholics, they have like an issue with it. They say it's corrupted, that Photius lied, you know, all these different things. There's really no evidence of it. But I was just hoping to like, if you knew or not, but basically what happened in it was in 869 when he was writing to Photius, he wrote about, that he called about the addition, and Photius is like, he let someone know, he's like, what do you think? What's your position? Should we add it, or like, should we just keep it out? And so what he wrote was that anyone who adds anything to the creeds is Judas, okay?
Right.
Judas is the Antichrist, and that it's wrong, and that the people who have already done it, that we shouldn't like immediately take them out, but we should slowly, and I quote, slowly eradicate the blasphemy.
Okay.
So would you say that that would be a good argument against the addition of the filioque? Because I know Pope Leo III, Pope John the 13th,
Right.
and several other popes have had like issues with that.
Yeah, I would say that's a good way to go about arguing, sure. Now, I'm going to have to go live here with Kotel here in a minute, so anyway, that's enough of this nonsense. So, thank you guys for that. It was about what we'd expect. We had a nice, smooth, about first 30 minutes of pretty good quality stuff, and then you just get these like ridiculous people. So, then they will report your channel. So that's what you get. All right, I'll be live with Kotel in about 10 minutes. Thank you guys.